Namaskar, Namaste, Satnam, Nahom Takwasino Siam. Blessed be and welcome here to this class of yoga, Hatha Yoga. I do tend to mix up styles, so it's not necessarily traditionally full on, completely only Hatha Yoga, but this is a Hatha Yoga class. And today we are working on connecting to the element of the air. So connecting to the breath, of course, connecting to the element of the air and the element of wind, and the four directions which bring the winds from the four directions which carry the essences of the other elements and the four directions from which they originate. So as you arrive to your practice today, find a comfortable seat and begin with your breath. Deep breath in and a big sigh. Deep breath in and a big sigh. One more inhale and a big sigh. And we're going to begin with an exercise called Shitali Pranayama, or cooling breath. Now you can practice this with a circular mouth, as if you're just a bit looser than a whistle, as if you're going to whistle but not quite as tight. And if you can, stick your tongue out through the lips, creating a little straw with the tongue, and finding your circular mouth closed around the tongue, if you can actually close your tongue into the lips and fold the tongue. And we're going to start with 1 minute of cooling breath, so you can do this breath with a circular mouth looser than a whistle, or you can stick your tongue out. Shitali Pranayama properly is sticking the tongue through the lips, curving the tongue to create a little straw with the tongue, breathing the air in through that circle and breathing out through that circle. So it's a very slow, controlled breath, and it balances the heat elements in the body, balances the inner fire. So breathing in through the tongue or through the circular mouth. Letting your belly expand as your breath comes in. And as you exhale, breathing out through the same circular mouth. The belly deflates and comes in towards the spine. Continue. Last one, inhale slowly through Shitali Pranayama. Release the formation of the mouth, deep breath in. Big sigh. And we'll also, throughout our practice, be working with a shamanic breathing technique called breath of the wind. So this is with a slightly more open circle of the mouth. And you're working to create this sort of whistling wind sound of wind whistling through trees or wind whistling through alleyways. And you're creating that sound with the exhale. So you inhale through the nose. And then breathe out with a circular mouth, slightly wider than before. No need to stick the tongue through. We'll do 5 of those. Inhale through the nose. Filling with as much air as you can. And breathing like the wind. Taking a deep inhale and a big sigh. And now we'll add to that breath of the wind, breathing in through the mouth and out through the mouth. Sucking the air in quite quickly and then breathing out like the wind. Two more. And if you feel lightheaded, you can inhale your arms up and breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth with ha. Ha. Deep inhale. Exhale, let the hands fall down in front of you. Place your hands in front of your shins and arrange yourself for a tabletop position, bringing your knees beneath your hips, your hands beneath the shoulders, wrists beneath the shoulders, fingertips pointing out strong, index and thumb pointing forward and creating a bit of an L or almost a V shape, pressing into the fingertips, pressing into the pads of the hands and the heels of the hands, tucking your toes, finding this neutral spine in tabletop. Let the gaze be to the floor. Breathing here, deep, slow breaths just in your tabletop. Creating these slow, deep breaths. Maybe finding Ujjayi Pranayama, slight constriction in the back of the throat to create an audible wave-like sound, victorious breath or ocean breathing. And now from your tabletop, maybe leaning forward slightly so the shoulders come a little bit ahead of the wrists. And then inhale your left leg, float that left leg up behind you. And your right arm forward. Float here. Breathe. Inhale. Big sigh. 3 breaths here. Deep inhale. Exhale, plant the hands beneath the shoulders, lower your knees back down parallel to each other, and switch sides. Inhale, right leg up, toes point towards the ground, keep the hips as square as you can, lift that leg, and left arm forward. Breathing, deep inhale, big sigh, and floating here for 3 breaths, creating lightness in the body as we connect to the air element. Inhale, lengthen a little more. Exhale, lower the hand down, lower the knee down, coming back into your tabletop position. Inhale, chest forward, chin up, gaze up, cow pose, hips up, belly drops. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, send the spine up high, look between the knees, cat pose. 4 more, inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, look up, chin up, chest up, belly drops, hips up. Exhale, tuck tailbone under, belly button in and up, spine rises, shoulders away from the ears, look between the knees. 2 more. Inhale, cow pose, hips up, chest up, gaze up. Tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pressing into the fingertips, into the pads and wrists. Into the pads of the hands and heels of the hands, protecting the wrists. Pressing the heels down as far as you can, pressing the chest towards the thighs. Breathing here in your downward facing dog, tucking the belly button in to create strength in the core and lightness in the body. Feel your strength, feel your breath moving through your body, creating more lightness, more strength, more prana flowing through. Deep inhale, big sigh, inhale here. Exhale, walk, step, or float your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on fingertips or on shins. Exhale, folding forward, relaxing over the legs. Take hold of either elbow, clasping the elbows, creating some gravity to let the head and neck relax and to let the spine be lengthening. Breathing deeply here, feeling your breath flowing through your whole body. Imagining the air, the oxygen, the prana flowing through you from the tips of your toes to the top of your head, and from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. White light and gold light and light blue light flows in with every single breath. Charging your cells with new energy. Deep inhale. Exhale, release the hands down in front of your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back into a plank pose. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, slowly lower down through chaturanga. Float above your mat for a moment. Tuck the belly button in. You are light, you are powerful. Inhale. Exhale, lower the chest down, belly down. Point the toes flat on your mat. Legs together. Inhale, lift the palms, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Looking forward, finding your baby cobra pose with palms lifted. Floating here. 5 breaths. Supporting with the muscles of the back. Supporting with the core. Deep inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, tuck the toes, push the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg up in the air. Exhale, float forward, bringing that knee to meet the right elbow. Inhale, floating that right leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, float forward, bringing that knee to meet your chin. Inhale, floating that leg back up behind you. Exhale, floating forward, bringing that knee to meet the left arm. Inhale here. Exhale, send that leg back up high. Deep breath in. Exhale, step the feet together, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Tuck the belly button in, creating extra power in the core, extra lightness in the body. Inhale your left leg up high. Exhale, floating forward, bringing that left knee to the left elbow. Inhale, lifting that leg up high. Exhale, floating forward, bringing that left knee to your chin. Inhale, floating that leg back up high. Exhale, coming forward, bringing that knee to the right elbow. Inhale here. Exhale, back, lifting that leg up high. Inhale. Exhale, feet together, downward dog. Tuck the belly button in, strong core, long spine, strong arms, strong legs. Breathing here in lightness and brightness. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale nice and slow, float that leg right in between your hands. Keep that back heel lifted, leg straight. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. 5 breaths. And find your breath of the wind or your cooling breath. Breathing through that circular mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, fall forward, plant the hands on either side of that front foot, step back, plank pose, inhale, plank. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, downward dog. Big sigh. Inhale, floating that left leg up. Exhale, slowly and with control, float forward to bring that left foot in between the hands. Keep that back leg, heel lifted on the right side. Inhale, rise up, high lunge, square hips. Breathing here, finding your breath of the wind. Inhale through the nose, exhale, fold forward. Inhale here, exhale, step back, plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, up and back with the hips, downward facing dog, 5 breaths. Feel free anytime to breathe with your breath of the wind or Shitali Pranayama. Inhale, big sigh, deep breath in. Exhale, walk your feet to your hands, fold over your legs. Deep breath here, big sigh. Tuck your belly button into your spine. Inhale, halfway lift, arms forward. Breathing here, 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale, fold. Bend your knees, tuck your belly button into your spine. Inhale, rise up to standing. Palms come together above head. Exhale, bring the thumbs to your heart center, finding your Tadasana, mountain pose. Deep inhale. Exhale, arms to your sides, palms forward. Check that your feet are at hips width distance. Toes are spread wide. Tailbone is tucked under slightly. Shoulders are away from the ears. Breathe here. Inhale, arms up, palms come together above head, look to the thumbs. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, downward dog. Big sigh. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the knees, float the knees about 5 inches above your mat. Straight spine, breathe here, 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath here. Big sigh. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right foot to the outside of your right hand and the left to follow to the outside of the right hand. Bring the seat down towards the ground and then straighten out the spine. Bring your elbows in to meet your knees, helping the knees stay open and the hips externally rotate. Thumbs come to your heart center, finding Malasana squat pose. Find your cooling breath or breath of the wind here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, folding forward, planting the hands in front of you, straightening out the legs, folding over the legs. Wide-legged standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, arms out to your sides, supporting with the core. Breathe here, 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale, lower down over the legs, folding forward again. Inhale, halfway lift on fingertips. Exhale, walk your hands over towards your right side, fold over that right leg. Breathe in here, 5 breaths. Inhale, halfway lift to the right. Exhale, walking along your fingertips all the way over to your left side. Fold over the left leg. Breathe here, 5 breaths. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands over to center again. And fold forward. 5 more breaths in this fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees slightly and bend your elbows. And if you can, you're going to come into a crow pose. So you can bring your elbows on top, your knees on top of your triceps. And then bring one foot up and then the other foot up, bringing the toes to meet. Floating above your mat in a crow pose, gaze forward. Connecting to the bird kingdom. If this posture is not accessible to you yet, you can come down onto your toes, lift your hips, and lean forward, keeping the toes on the mat, getting used to the feeling of the arm engagement, the chest, the shoulders, and then rock back. So rock back and forth, and you're a baby crow, learning to fly. Slowly you come back, and then come forward, maybe you lift your left foot. Lower back down, come forward, maybe you lift your right foot. And then who knows, perhaps you get lucky, you come forward, and you lift both feet, toes together, floating in the air. Deep breath in, exhale, step or hop your feet back to Chaturanga. Lower down onto your belly, point the toes behind, inhale, baby cobra, float the palms, elbows tucked close to the ribs, palms lifted. Deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands beneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, push your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up behind you. Exhale, bring that foot in between your hands. Lower your back foot down at a 45-degree angle, setting up for a warrior one stance. Setting the feet at hips width distance, roughly, or slightly less, at a 45-degree angle with that back foot. Press into the back foot, press into the right heel, knee floating above the heel and never past the toes. Hips are squaring forward. Inhale, arms up. Warrior one. Find your cooling breath or breath of the wind here. Inhale, straighten out that right leg. Exhale, fall forward over that right leg. Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Breathe here, 5 breaths. Inhale, halfway lift, and perhaps heel toe that right foot in a few centimeters to an inch, and then place your left hand to the outside of that right foot. Inhale, floating your right arm up, coming into a revolved triangle pose. Breathing here. Deep breath in. Exhale, let the arms float back down, roughly beneath the shoulders. Bend that front knee, pivot the back foot, step the feet back to meet in plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath here. Big sigh. Inhale, your left leg up high. Exhale, bring that foot in between your hands. And lower that right foot down now to a 45-degree angle at roughly hips width distance apart. Make sure the hips have room to square forward. Bend into that front knee. Let that action rebound you back up into warrior one on the opposite side. Hips square, belly strong. Bend in that front knee. And that back heel pressing strong into the earth. Arms rise up on your next inhale. Find your breath of the wind, a few breaths. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, fold forward, Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Deep breath here. Big breath out. 5 breaths. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring that right hand to the outside of the left foot. Inhale, your left arm up into the air, finding your revolved triangle on the opposite side. Inhale. Exhale, float the hands down on either side of that left foot. Bend that front knee again. Pivot the back foot. Heel lifts. Step back. Plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga down to the mat. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in your downward dog. Exhale, bring your toes together. Send your knees out wide to the edges of your mat. Send your seat back to meet your heels. Reach the arms forward. Connect to your breath here. Feel your breath moving all the way from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes, through the crown of the head, through the back body. Prana, life force, air, oxygen, clearing and cleansing the kidneys, the whole system of digestion. And breathe here for 1 minute. Deep and slow breaths. Find a deep inhale. Exhale, press into the hands, straighten out the arms, lift the chest. Inhale here. Exhale, come forward into your tabletop position. Tuck the toes behind, finding your tabletop. Inhale in your tabletop. Exhale, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath here. Big sigh. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Tuck your belly button into your spine. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms out to the sides, flat back, rise up tall. Palms come together above the head. Exhale, thumbs to your heart center. Inhale. Exhale, release the arms to your mountain pose, Tadasana. And we're going to work on some balancing here. So finding a tree pose, maybe shake the body out as you get ready for a tree pose. Spread your left toes wide. Bring your right foot in to meet the right ankle. Breathing here. If you feel balanced here, take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring the foot up to the calf. If you feel good here, you can bring the foot all the way up to the inner thigh, making sure that you're not putting any pressure on the knee, but that you're squeezing that right foot and left thigh into each other, creating an isometric action of activating the quadriceps on both sides. Then you're going to inhale your arms up and out, finding your tree pose, and finding your Shitali Pranayam or your breath of the wind. So either the Shitali Pranayam through the tongue, or breath of the wind through nose and mouth, or mouth and mouth. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly lower the arms down, release the foot, lower that foot down to meet in mountain pose, palms face forward. Deep breath in. Big sigh. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the left foot to meet the ankle. Find your balance. How are you feeling? Deep breath in. Raise that foot to the calf. Is your balance still good? Challenge yourself to open that hip all the way and bring that left foot in to meet the right thigh. And then activate pressing the right foot into the ground Activating the quadriceps on both sides, squeezing left foot into right thigh. And then inhale your arms up and find your breath of the wind or Shitali Pranayama. Inhale here. Exhale, float the arms down to your sides and float that left foot down, finding your mountain pose. Facing the front edge of your mat again, inhale the arms up, lean back, look towards the thumbs. Exhale, press the palms out to your sides, fold forward, swan dive, flat back. Inhale, halfway lift on fingertips. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, floating forward, chaturanga down. Pause in chaturanga halfway to the floor. Deep breath, big sigh. Inhale, up to plank. Let your breath be your strength. Inhale, plank. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, float forward, plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga, halfway. Hold, deep breath in. Big sigh. Inhale. Exhale, up to plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time, deep breath here. Exhale, come forward, plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga, halfway. Hold, deep breath. Big sigh. Inhale. Exhale, up to plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Deep breath in. Exhale, come forward, plank pose. Sorry, I think that was only 3 breaths. Inhale, plank. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Big sigh. Deep breath in. Big sigh. Inhale. Exhale. Now floating back forward to plank. Chaturanga all the way down. Inhale, pointing your toes. Lift the chest up. Float the palms. Floating cobra. Deep inhale. Exhale, plant the palms beneath the shoulders, tuck your toes, push your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, lower your knees to your mat, point the toes behind, bring your seat back to meet your heels, bring your arms along the sides of the body and your forehead to your mat, finding Garbhasana, fetal pose or embryo pose. Find a deep inhale. Exhale, bring your arms out in front of you again and straighten out the arms, lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale, come forward into your tabletop position, tuck your toes. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. 2 more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, tabletop. Send your hips up high and bring the knees back a little bit behind the hips, not 100% in line. And then stretch your arms forward. Sink yourself down onto your heart, letting the arms stretch forward, coming into melting heart, Anahatasana. Breathe in here. Find a deep inhale. Exhale, slide forward all the way onto your belly, lowering the hips down and bringing the elbows beneath the shoulders, coming into a Sphinx posture. Breathing in your Sphinx. And finding a deep breath in and a big sigh. Inhale. Exhale, stretch your arms out in front of you and flatten out, lower the forehead to your mat. Breathe and really feel your breath going into the back body, as most of the lungs is actually contained along the back of the rib cage. Find a deep breath in. Exhale, plant the hands beneath the shoulders, tuck your toes, push your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, walk, step, or float, or hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Tuck your belly button into your spine, reverse swan dive up to stand. Palms come together above head. Exhale, thumbs to your heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale, release the arms to your sides. And we're going to do another balance here, moving into eagle posture. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs, prepare for another balance. Spread the toes wide on your left foot and bend that knee a fair bit. Float your right leg up, bring the knee towards your chest. Inhale. Exhale, cross your right thigh over top of the left thigh. If you need to, you can place your right toes down on the ground, or if you're capable, you can wrap them around the back of your calf. Do what your body feels is right. Then, finding your balance, a focal point, inhale your arms out to your sides. Exhale, bring your left arm underneath the right arm and cross at the elbows. Then you're going to twist the forearms around each other so that you can bring the palm, the base of the right palm to the top of the fingertips of the left hand. If this doesn't work for you, you can rest your hands on your shoulders. Finding eagle pose, Garudasana. Breathe here. Maybe breathing with your breath of the wind. Inhale, rising back up. And unwrap the legs, place the feet down, unwrap the arms, let them come out to your sides. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga down. Inhale your back bend of choice. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, big breath out. Inhale here. Exhale, walk your feet to your hands, or hop or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Tuck your belly button into your spine. Inhale, arms out to your sides. Reverse swan dive, rise up. Palms come together above head at the top of the inhale. Exhale, thumbs to your heart center. Inhale here. Exhale, mountain pose. Setting up for eagle on the opposite side. Spread the right toes wide. Bend into that right knee a little bit. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Big breath here. Inhale, finding your drishti or your balancing point. Bend that right knee more. Exhale, cross left thigh over right thigh. Whoops. Find your balance. Finding a drishti or a focal point to look at. And then wrapping that left foot around the calf. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, bring your right arm underneath the left arm now. And crossing the other way. Or placing hands on your shoulders. Eagle pose. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, release that left leg and release the arms out to your sides. Shake out the right leg, shake out the whole body. And inhale, arms rise up, follow the thumbs with your gaze. Exhale, swan dive forward, arms out to your sides, flat back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga down. Inhale, your back bend of choice. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, bring the big toes together and the knees wide to the edges of your mat. Sink your seat down, finding a child's pose again here. Find a deep breath in. Exhale, walk the hands back a little bit at a time till you come up onto your knees. Bring the knees together and find yourself sitting on the heels. So you're going to sit on your heels, knees together, finding a rock pose or thunderbolt pose, kneeling. And we're going to do a breathing and mudra exercise, so pranayama and mudra. So you're going to start with bringing your left hand into prana mudra, bringing the middle finger and pinky finger to meet the thumb, and bringing the ring finger and middle finger to meet the thumb. Pardon me, the ring finger and the pinky to meet the thumb, and the index and middle finger pointing up. So peace fingers pointing up, gluing those fingers together, the ring finger and the pinky connecting to the thumb. Then you're going to bring that face up on your left knee. Then you're going to take your right hand and put it into Apana Mudra, bringing the middle finger and the ring finger to the thumb, leaving your index finger and your pinky finger extended. So I'll come a little closer. So left hand, Prana Mudra, ring and pinky to the thumb, other two fingers up, and Apana on the right hand, ring and middle to the thumb, index and pinky extended. And you're going to sit in your thunderbolt pose. If you have a knee problem, you can very much come down to Sukhasana, easy pose, or lotus, or whatever works for you. You're going to let that left palm face down on the left thigh. You're going to keep that Apana Mudra roughly in line with the shoulder with the right hand. Now combining these mudras with our pranayam, Shitali pranayam, so whether you breathe through a circular mouth, a tight circular mouth, or you stick the tongue through the lips, that is your choice, and we'll breathe here for 1 minute. Cooling the body. You can also do the breath of the wind if you prefer. Now we'll close this side of the channel with 3 ha breaths, cleansing inhales, filling with white and gold light, and ha breath out, clearing all waste. Ha. 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 Deep breath in. And slowly release the mudras down. And just for a moment, relax the hands, palms face up on the knees, breathing deeply. And now we're going to switch sides. So you'll bring your ring and middle finger to meet the thumb on the left hand, and the index and pinky extended, resting that bent elbow in towards the ribs, and the Apana Mudra on the left side now floating around the left shoulder. And then you'll bring your middle finger and your pinky finger to meet your thumb on the right hand, extending your index and middle finger. Ring finger and pinky finger to the thumb on right hand, index and middle finger extended, glued together, Prana Mudra on the right side. This time, we're going to flip the left Apana Mudra and point the right down to the ground. Deep breath in, big sigh, and finding either your breath of the wind or your Shitali pranayam. And we'll close this side of the channel with 3 cleansing inhales and releasing ha breath sighs. Inhaling white light, gold light, rainbow light through the whole body into every cell. And as you exhale, seeing a releasing of black sludge or smoke, moving out all pollution. Inhale here. Exhale, release the hands down, face down, palms on the thighs. Deep breath in. Big breath out. And you're going to fold forward into your child's pose or embryo pose, Garbhasana. 1 minute, breathing into the kidneys. Feeling the vital chi be energized by the prana of the universe. Really feel your breath moving into your back body, expanding the side ribs, the obliques, and expanding the rib cage along the back of the body, stretching out the abdominals and the latissimus dorsi and the erector spinae along the back. All muscles expanding with your breath, prana flowing through, energizing every cell as you massage out your organs here. Bringing your arms to your sides. Finding a deep inhale and a big sigh. Inhale. Exhale your arms out in front of you. Press into the palms. Lift the chest. Inhale here. Exhale, come forward onto tabletop position. Inhale, tucking your toes. Big sigh. Inhale your right arm out to your side. Exhale, bring that arm through the left, lowering down onto the right shoulder, finding thread the needle, and maybe reaching that left arm out in front of you, or wrapping the left arm around the back body, hooking the fingertips into the right thigh. Make sure you're not leaning too much to the right with the hips, that the hips are still staying roughly square, but you're resting on that right shoulder. Breathing here. Find a deep inhale. Exhale, releasing that arm down beneath the left shoulder again, planting that left palm. Push into the left palm, tuck your belly button into your spine. Push yourself up, coming back into a tabletop position, wrists beneath shoulders. Inhale, left arm out to your side. Exhale, bring that left arm underneath the body and through the right, coming on to your left shoulder, making sure the hips don't lean too far to one side. Inhale that right arm up, maybe wrapping it behind, reaching it forward, or of course keep it where it was is up to you. And find 5 deep breaths here. Deep inhale. Big sigh. Inhale. Exhale, release that right arm back down underneath the right shoulder. Press into the palm. Tuck your belly button into your spine. Inhale, pushing into that right arm. Straightening the arms back out. Coming into your tabletop position. We'll do a few final cat-cows here. Inhale, cow, chest up, look up, hips up, belly drops. Exhale, spine up, chest in, gaze between the knees, chin to the chest. 4 more at your pace with your breath. Inhale, straight spine. Exhale, swing your legs out to one side and sink down onto your seat bones. Extend the legs out in front of you, coming into a Dandasana, a staff pose. Toes point towards your forehead, spine is straight, shoulders away from the ears, belly button engaged. Press the knees and thighs in towards the ground. Bring your hands to either side of your body. So we're going to play with a couple of floating postures here. If I have the strength, and if you have the strength, who knows, we'll find out. So you're going to place your hands on fingertips just in front of the hips on either side and press into the fingertips. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, lower it down. Again, inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, lower it down. Press into your fingertips even more, or engage fists on the ground. Press in, roll the shoulders back, straight arms. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale here. Exhale, press palms strong into the mat. Lift a little bit with the chest and maybe even lift your seat. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, lower it down. Now finding what arm position works for you, whether fingertips, fists, or palms, because it's kind of dependent on torso to arm ratio. I do better on fists or fingertips for floating postures. Now engaging the belly button into the spine, floating your legs up, floating in the air. 1, 2, 3, lower the seat. Inhale, straighten the arms up. Exhale, fold forward 5 breaths. Deep breath in, big sigh. Inhale. Exhale, slowly walking your spine back and up straight. Inhale, shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. Twice more. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back and down. 1 more. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back and down. Deep breath in, big sigh. Now you can bring your feet into Sukhasana. And actually, honestly, this posture works much better if you can do lotus posture. But if you cannot do lotus posture, you can place one ankle on top of the other. And you're going to place your fingertips out, slightly wide out from the hips, planting fingertips onto the ground, or fists, or palms, listening to your body for what works the best. I tend to work on the fists, although fingertips work for this one too. So then you're going to tuck your belly button in, engage Mula Bandha, lifting the pelvic floor, press into the fingertips, and lift your legs off your mat. See how it's a little bit harder if you can't do lotus pose, but you can still play with it. So let's try that again. Inhale, exhale, belly button in, lift Mula Bandha. Inhale, lift your legs off the mat. Trying again. Inhale. Exhale, belly button in, mula bandh. Lift your legs off your mat. And so, noticing how that doesn't really work so well, if you can get your feet into lotus pose, bringing your tops of your feet onto the inner thighs, pressing into the fingertips. Inhale, exhale, tucking the belly button in, lift your mula bandh, engaging both mula bandh and uddiyana bandha, pressing into the fingertips, lift your legs off your mat. Finding a pendulum pose. Deep breath in, big sigh, inhale, exhale, release the seat down. Inhale here, exhale, release your legs out, and shake out your legs, shake out your arms. Deep breath in, exhale, scooch your butt forward, and slowly walk your hands back, lower down, onto your back. Let your feet relax, palms face up, finding Shavasana. Allowing your feet to soften, falling out naturally where they may. Allowing the legs to soften and relax. Relax the pelvis and hips. Let the belly soften. And the breath slowly becomes a little bit more shallow with each breath. As you drift into your deep relaxation. Shavasana. Allowing yourself to die away so that all the old may melt and dissolve, and you may come born anew after your practice. Relaxing completely, settling the body, and simply allowing your practice to become fully integrated as you give yourself this time to sink into connection with the earth. awareness back to that breath of life running through you. And slowly allowing yourself to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Maybe roll the head and neck to one side and then the other. Maybe inhale the arms up behind your head and point your toes and stretch your whole body long. And slowly just waking your full body back up and deciding how you're going to come back up into a seat. Maybe you bring your knees to your chest and roll back and forth along the spine, giving yourself a little back body massage and then flipping up into a seat. Or perhaps you're feeling soft and slow and you want to roll onto one side of the body and then push yourself up with the free hand or top hand. Making your way up into a seat as you are ready. And once you've found your seat, inhale the arms up and out. Bring the palms to your heart center and breathe deeply here. And we're going to close our practice with the seed sound or bija mantra Ham for Vishuddhi, the throat chakra. So 3 times Ham for Vishuddhi, throat chakra. Inhale. Namaste, Satnam. Ahoma takurasino siyama chikasyam hai hai. To all our relations, blessed be Ashe Ashe. Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. May all beings be infinitely happy and free. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice, whether it's your morning, your afternoon, or your evening, or your night. Good day, good night, blessed be to you. May the life force, the prana of the air fill you with all of the energy and all of the lightness you need for your day today and the coming week. Blessed be.